Most voice actors never go full-time. Not because they're not talented, not because the industry is too competitive, not because there isn't enough work. It's because they run their voiceover business like a hobby. And I was checking out the NAVA survey from last year, 2025, and they surveyed over 1,300 voice actors earlier that year. Only 52% were full-time, nearly half. That's it. That means almost half the people calling themselves voice actors are doing something else to pay their bills. Now, that's not a judgment. That's just the reality of this industry. And today, I want to talk about why and what separates the ones who actually make it. And if you're new here, I'm Jesse Carroll, full-time award-winning voice actor with over 2,000 voiceover credits, and I coach inside of VoiceOver School, where I teach students how to book their first job, go full-time, and scale to over 6 figures. So that's the context. Let's get into it. Here's what I see over and over again. 2 people start voiceover at the same time. Same talent level, same gear, same platforms. 3 years later, one of them is full-time and the other is still waiting for their big break or waiting for the time to be right to jump in, go all in, and go full-time. The difference isn't talent. It's almost never talent. One of them ran it like a business from day one. They tracked their auditions, they optimized their profiles, they followed up with clients. They invested in coaching when they got stuck instead of spinning for 6 months on their own. And you can spin when you're on your own. Oh man, can you spin. Now the other one that didn't make it to full-time, the other one hoped. They showed up inconsistently. They made decisions based on what felt comfortable instead of what the data was telling them. Hoping is not a strategy. Consistency is. And if you're not tracking your auditions right now, and if you don't know your booking ratio, if you haven't looked at your profile in the last 30 days, you're in the second group, the not full-time group. I mean, you could be full-time, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to scale over 6 figures. It's going to be hard to maintain consistency in your business. And if you are in the second group, that's okay. But you need to know that. You need to know where you're actually at. So what actually keeps people from going full time? 3 things. And if you're honest with yourself, you probably recognize at least one of these things. Number 1, you are auditioning without a system. You're just spraying and praying. They log into voices.com or Voice123, maybe even Fiverr. They pick whatever auditions look good that day. They submit something and then they wait. No tracking, no data, no idea whether their ratio is getting better or worse. If you've submitted 200 auditions and booked 2 jobs, that's 100 to 1 ratio. That's not a talent problem. That's a targeting problem, a profile problem, or a read problem. Or maybe you're just new. A lot of these problems work themselves out over time, but you can't fix what you're not measuring. Which, by the way, if you are new and you have a 1 in 100 booking ratio, that's fine to start with. You want to try and work your way to sub 1 in 60 to like less than 1 in 50 to less than 1 in 40. If you can get to 1 in 40, you're doing fine. Mine's usually floats around about 1 in 42. Some people that I coach have like sub 130, 120, pretty amazing. But you got to track it to know where it's at. Number 2, waiting to feel ready. This is the worst one. Waiting for better gear, waiting to take one more class, waiting until they feel confident enough to really put themselves out there. Waiting to feel okay about investing money on another pay-to-play platform or upgrading the membership. That wait never ends. The people who go full-time started before they felt ready. Anybody who ever did anything in any business that they're new at started before they're ready if they tasted success. You get better by doing the work, not by preparing to do it. You need experience. Only one way to get it. Number 3, trying to figure it out alone. No accountability. No checking whether they actually did the work this week. No one who can tell them their read is off. Their profile is broken, their bid is too high, or conversely too low. Just them in a room hoping they're doing it right. And if that's you, for the love of God, at least get a giant calendar, put it over top of your computer, track how many auditions you did every single day. Track how many bookings you got every single day. And if you didn't get a booking, put a big circle on that whiteboard calendar and put a slash through it. Make it obvious. So you see a bunch of those zeros with a slash through it in a row, maybe a week or 2 in a row. You're going to do something about it. That's how you can hold yourself accountable, but even better if you have an accountability buddy. The voice actors who go full-time, without exception, invested in getting smarter faster. It's not an accident. They didn't try to reverse engineer a career from scratch by themselves. I mean, I guess you could theoretically try. It's just going to be way harder. So what does running it like a business actually look like? You know your numbers. You know how many auditions you did per week. You know your booking ratio, which categories you're winning in. Those are just a few of the numbers. You can track anything. The more the better. The data tells you where to focus. Your profiles should be working even when you're not online. Your bio has the right keywords so clients can find you. Your demos are tagged correctly. You got like 20 to 30 demos minimum across categories. Your proposal looks professional. Turnaround time, listed. Studio capabilities, listed. Whether you can do a live directed session or not, listed. It's just not something you slap together in 5 minutes. In terms of working with clients, when you do book jobs, you follow up. Every time you book a job, every single goddamn time, you send a note, you ask for a review, you invite them to shortlist your demo, whatever it is. That's how a one-time hire becomes a repeat client. You stay in touch with them. Most people skip this step entirely. I've been guilty of it too. It's the cheapest marketing you'll ever do because the people that you reach out to that you've worked with before, they will 90% of the time respond to your emails versus cold emailing people and trying to skip the audition process and think you're going to game the system and get work that way. No, it's not going to happen. Cold email is not a strategy for voiceover unless you are a working professional and you have mastered the cold email marketing. But if you are a working professional, you've mastered the cold email marketing, your audition skills are probably good. Why aren't you auditioning instead? Cold emailing is a waste of time. And if you're a full-time person, you are putting in the reps consistently. Not when you feel like it, not when the auditions look good, consistently. Look, out of over 1,300 voice actors surveyed, only 52% were doing this full-time. Ask yourself honestly, which half are you on? If you're someone who tracks your numbers, shows up every day, and treats this like a real business, you already know the path forward. You just need the systems to get there faster. But if you're still waiting for it to feel easy, for the right moment, the right gear, the right break, I can't help you with that. Nobody can. This industry, like most industries, rewards the people who decide and then do the work. That's the way it works. You don't get certainty in this business. You got to put in the work and then you get the results. But the results are not guaranteed, and that's what makes it uncertain. So I get it, but there's no way around it. You got to feel the fear and do it anyway. And if you want to go deeper, the systems, the audition strategy, the profile work, that's what we do inside VoiceOver School. Links in the description below. So that's my rant on being full-time or being a part-time hobbyist. Which one do you want to be? What separates the two? Hard work, tracking your numbers versus throwing spaghetti at the wall with zero plan. Which camp do you want to be in? I'll see you in the next one.